G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us. Counting down the days to the start of the 2013 season.
Do you say that in your sleep?
I usually, yeah, fair bit, yeah. How would I know? I'm asleep.
Sandra might tell you in
Fair
the
point.
morning.
It's good.
Do you practice in front of the mirror in the bathroom? G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. It's great to have you with us. Is that it?
Have your company.
Oh,
With the hairbrush.
I'll
With
be
the
there.
hairbrush.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Heading out to the Tigers' Den.
Yes.
Out in Oakley. Are they playing
Oakley.
at Oakley again
Yeah.
this season?
Yeah, they
The
are.
Tigers' Den. The Melbourne Tigers. Very, very successful season in 2012.
Understatement.
And they're going to be right up there again in 2013 for mine. They won't be too far away.
No
Some changes though.
doubt.
Definitely some changes. Let's have a look at the Melbourne Tigers. Of course, 4 teams in the competition. The youth league teams will be playing in VYC, men and women. 2 titles last season.
Yep.
They're the pick of the crop,
Not a bad record.
but they do have some players missing.
And they got 8 new teams to contend with.
Absolutely, which is a big thing, obviously.
Yep.
Starting off with the women, probably the big loss is the Corker.
Yep. Huge loss. You know, she just dominated during the season. Like I saw her play a handful of times, and she's just one of those players that
Yeah,
you
MVP.
watch play. She's just absolutely incredible. She can do it all. So that they will lose her. But we know Melbourne, they're always going to have good juniors coming through, so
That's
it's just
right,
going to
yeah.
open the gap for
Yeah.
another probably outstanding player. So
Yeah.
And one thing they do and have done well out at Melbourne the last couple of years is the likes of the Corker, Izzy B, Courtney Gaze.
Yeah.
They'll play in youth, but they'll also spend a fair bit of time in the
Yeah.
senior ranks.
They do that. They do that quite
really,
well.
really like how they do that. I think Raylene and I've spoken about it a few times last year, because what it does is it's preparing those next group of girls to move
Yeah.
and take that step into their
Yeah.
state championship side. So the difference in the competition is not such a big jump when they move up. Then I think that's good on Melbourne for doing
Yeah.
that.
And Izzy B, who's played in both for the last, I don't know,
5 years.
5 years, since she was about 3. She must have racked up over 200 games, I reckon, of Big V by now.
Probably
She should be on her way.
Hey, she will be a 500 game veteran by the time she turns 19.
She dominated championship last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, no,
Yeah.
Oh no, I think she starts grade 4 this year.
Not bad.
Yeah, she's a fair way off.
And she was an all-star and state champ women.
What do we think with the youth women this season out at Melbourne?
Well, yeah, I think with McCorkle gone, I probably think it takes them out of title
It's a
contention.
big void.
But I still think they'll definitely make the
Oh,
final.
the big finals. You can lock them in there, but just how far after that, I'm not sure.
Here's a question for you. This time last year, had we ever heard of Geraldine McCorkle?
Yes. Had we spoken about her excessively? No.
Good point.
No.
So, is there another one waiting in the wings that's
Oh,
going
no,
to
There
step up?
probably is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
So
always
for
someone
that-
new.
For that reason, I will never write them off.
No.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be up there. I think finals all the way around. What about their VYC men and some big changes to this team? They were an exceptionally talented team, but there's some changes, young man.
It certainly is. There's a few the people moving around the place. Felix von Hoff's gone to the AIS.
Good player.
Dane Pinner, I'm not sure how much he's going to play of youth this season, whether he's going anywhere or just playing men's, I'm not sure.
Heads to St Mary's.
Yes, he does. So, look,
My question is, why would he play?
I wouldn't.
He probably won't.
I would imagine he will.
Big loss.
Jack Purchase, it said he's going to be playing a bit of men's. Same with Ryan Allbanes.
I reckon it'll be a little bit more than...
Yeah, Jack Gaze. I think a lot of these guys are going to be playing just about full time in the men's.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We're talking about some big names here. And
yeah,
some big losses.
these are the key components to their championship win. You know, you're talking about Purchase, you're talking
Yeah.
about Von Hoff, Pinner, the big 3.
Yep.
You know, and then all these really good fillers.
You know, you failed to mention
Who?
your coach.
Well, yeah, that's right, Andrew Gaze.
Drewy.
Who's
Andrew Gaze, apparently he used to be able to
coach
shoot.
before or?
Never heard of him.
I haven't heard of him in basketball.
Courageous.
How good is that for the league? How good is that for the
All
competition?
time.
It's good, isn't it?
Remember last year, fielding coach for their champ
He
or
did.
something, and actually won.
Yeah, they beat Shuri. I think,
Yeah.
Can we get him on Big V TV so you and I just come up to his armpits or something?
Yeah, I reckon we can.
That's about where we're at.
And
Yeah.
you can do your Drewy impersonation.
Oh, yep, we can.
Well, go for it. Give us a.
Oh, no,
he'll, be
you can't.
he'll be watching this. He'll be tuning.
Well, guys, you can't put me on the spot here. It's not very fair, is it?
Love it.
I hope he sees you in that place and gives you a good talking to. He's an Australian basketball legend.
Maybe he punches the crap out of you.
I don't think Drew would punch too many people. He's a nice bloke.
You know, we used to have a cutout a big Voltaren cut out
I know.
In our
of the
office.
great man in our
Drew
office
loves the
in Ensa.
Voltaren.
He was very good in that ad, wasn't he?
Yeah, when he fell off the exercise ball.
You're dead.
Yeah, I know.
Where do we think
He's
the
going to coach the absolute Jesus out of this team, though.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's going to coach them to finals. I
Or
think they're in a
an
similar,
outstanding junior
yeah,
coach.
Yeah.
similar boat to their youth
Similar,
girls.
yeah.
At finals, but how far?
where do we think the VYC men will finish?
Contender, top 2.
Top 2.
Top 2
Wow.
I think
in their
that-
conference.
Yeah, look, I think the players that go up will play enough to play both to qualify for finals. So I'm with you, top 2, top 3 for sure.
That's including Dane Pinnell likely won't play, and Felix Bonoff is in Canberra.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think they can contend, but I think they'll make finals.
I think they'll make top 4 in their conference to
Yeah,
make
definitely top
finals,
4.
but I'm telling you now, we're talking about some serious change in personnel. They'll have
And a
some good
serious change in competition.
Yep, and they'll have some kids coming through. They'll be progressing. They'll be developing. But
So you're writing them off.
I'm not putting pressure on them to turn around and go they're a title contender.
Yeah.
I think they'll make finals. But look, who knows? They could just roll out some
I don't think a
guns.
club like Melbourne Tigers would see it as pressure. I just think that as a club, they've got such a winning mentality that they will absolutely have every belief that their next
Yeah,
lot of
they'll be
kids
very
coming
good.
through can still get the job
They'll
done.
And the kids themselves come through with that belief as well.
Yeah, definitely.
We talk about senior teams in the competition and when they have wholesale changes or rebuilding, changing the guard. I think this is a team who will still be really, really competitive,
Yeah.
but it's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt. Beth, finals?
They'll make finals, yeah.
Yeah.
Before in there.
Yeah, so I think we're all in pretty much agreement
Yep.
there. State champ women, the Tigers, of course, won it last season. No, they didn't. They came second last season.
Wow.
Runners up in the finals last season.
What a jerk.
To Elton.
Well, again,
No, they came runners up.
They were.
changing coach.
Changing coach.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, Jonathan Goodman's gone to
Bendigo.
Bendigo.
Bendigo's there.
He's
Yep.
assisted for their WNBL team as well.
Yep.
Actually. They've got a guy by the name of Brendan Parnell who comes with pretty good pedigree. He was 6 years head coach at the Canberra Academy of Sport, and he's also been an assistant coach to the Canberra Capitals WNBL team under Carrie Graff.
Yeah.
So he's coming in with a pretty good pedigree.
Nice resume.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the team, though?
I think it's going to be fairly similar from what we've heard. They've been flying under the radar a bit, but I think it's going to be pretty similar to the team that took the court last season.
No
Okay.
Caitlin Cunningham, you would think.
Wouldn't imagine.
Have we heard anything about where Caitlin Cunningham may be
Not
playing?
yet.
Is she playing?
I've heard she might be at Nuttawatting Sequel.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right, okay. Well, I think, you'll see Nicole Zammit there. You'll probably see Alice Hammond
Megan
there.
McIntyre.
Yeah, probably.
Tegan Fowler.
Yeah.
Izzy B, exactly. So you've got
Yeah.
that team on
They'll be fine. They'll make finals.
Whereabouts in the top
I
4?
don't know. I don't have to answer that. I just said
Well, I
they'll
think
make finals.
Eltham will probably drop away a little
Yeah.
bit. We've already spoken about Ringwood. I think Ringwood will
It's really
miss. I
hard.
think Diamond Valley will get up in there. I think McKinnon will be there. I think Melbourne will definitely be up in the top
Waverley,
3.
Waverley
Yeah.
could.
Waverley should be good with a couple of big
3 or
ins,
4,
obviously.
I think.
second.
Just
Second?
scrape in.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep,
Sitting
I think
in that
they'll be
4th
there.
position. Let's move on to the state champ men for the Melbourne Tigers. And again, we could be looking at a team with wholesale changes.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Departed players, Moses Adepoju, I think
Adepoju.
Adepoju has
Yeah.
gone to McKinnon. Matt Boland, we're not sure where he's going to show up, and Yusuf Quaffo, as we've mentioned, has showed up at Bulleen.
Gone to Bulleen, yeah.
So, Moses and Yusuf are pretty big losses for a team that struggled at times to be competitive in the
A
first
couple of
place.
veteran heads too.
Yeah, absolutely.
With such a young core, they'll miss those guys.
But, as we've mentioned,
Yeah.
the youth players that are going to play in this team are just going to make them quick.
But a couple of years ago, I remember Jack Purchase filling in reasonably regularly with this champ team, and he put up some numbers.
Yeah, they
and
can
he,
play.
and he'll make these some of the older guys run a bit in champ and get up and down, and I'm sure they'll be an exciting team to watch. I just hope that.
We spoke about Purchase, Orbarns and Gaze, and Beth, also another player coming in from Bulleen.
Yeah, David Peters.
Okay, yep, he's solid.
Handy?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
What do we think?
Well, I think they've got another couple of significant ins that haven't been announced yet, but just.
Oh, we can announce them right now. Let's tell everyone.
There should be space.
No, I think we should tell everyone that Paddy Milks is back for a guest stint with the Tigers during the season. Any
This is Tigers.
Johnny Flint
This is
playing
coached
for
by Nick. Nick knows how to coach. He knows how to recruit. They'll be solid.
Yeah, he'll get the best. Look, I don't think they're going to make finals. To be
Chris
honest.
Anstey's looking for something to do in the off
Yeah,
season.
maybe. Look, I don't think they're going to make finals, but I agree with Raylene about Nick. He's a really solid coach, and whatever group that does hit the floor, he will absolutely get the best of that group's ability out of that group.
So finals, no for me. No.
What I would love to see in the coming years, though, is more of a link. Like, okay, they've got a great link going
Yeah.
from their juniors into their youth into their state champ. They've got that next level in men, and they're not really using that
Yeah, yeah.
with their NBL team. If their NBL bench came back and played here,
Absolutely.
It's almost-
even like your 10, 11, and 12. The younger players on their bench that and then return and play for their state championships.
Yeah.
Like that'd be outstanding.
It's a little bit like bullying with WNBL,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I must admit, like it's easy to sit here and
That's
talk
right.
about that. It's actually harder at times to
Yeah.
do that
That's
because
right.
those players have aspirations.
And
There,
some of those players that come in want to go back and play at their home association
yeah,
in the
yeah.
off-season. But
didn't they win the title in 2009? It was before my time in here. And
yeah,
from memory, there
is that
was-
Melbourne?
Yeah, Melbourne men.
Daryl Corletto, I think, might have been
Adrian
running
Sturz.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a fair bit of fallout. A lot of the other teams were saying, well, it's unfair. They've basically got an NBL team on the floor. Of course, they won the title. We don't really want to rock up and play against them every week. We know we're going to get done. So
the
it's
same teams
you know-
now like, oh, they're not strong.
yeah.
Man, crime in the river. What's wrong with you people
It's
out
just
there?
too late.
Absolutely. So all round, we expect state champ women to be to be right
3
up
out of 4
there.
will make finals.
Yeah, I think
that's
everyone
pretty
agrees
good.
with that.
I'll take that.
There it is. Tigers Den out there at Oakley. Have a good season if you're a Melbourne Tigers fan. Counting down the days to the start of the 2013 Big V season. Another club coming up real soon.